What up, Internet? I'm Young Guru, and welcome to Metroid Prime, the first of the 3D Metroid games on GameCube. Metroid Prime picks up immediately after the original Metroid. If you don't know what the original Metroid is, go back and watch my last Let's Play. Part of the overarching joy that is Metroid MAYhem. Let's adjust our options real quick, get that opacity to 50. Turn off our hint systems. Stretch the screen. And that's all we need. Put this on hard mode. The goal for this game is to collect all the items. That is what the requirement is for achieving the best ending. Unidentified distress beacon has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Talon IV. Unlike in the 2D Metroid games, the endings in those are determined by how quickly you can get through the game. This one rewards thorough players instead of speedy players. I think part of the logic behind that is that a game that can be completed in under 2 or 3 hours, you can put a time limit constraint on. A game that's going to take you, this is probably going to take me between 6 and 8 hours, I would expect. And I'm pretty quick at the game, by no means speed running, but if you make 6-8 hours the limit, and you miss that by 5 minutes, you're going to be pretty upset. Where if you miss 3 hours by a minute, you'll boot it up the next day, play through it again. So this game is about 12 years old during the recording of this Let's Play in 2014. Came out on the GameCube. We are playing the original North American release. I believe I got a GameCube and this game right around the time this game came out. Later releases of the game, such as the Greatest Hits edition, the Wii version, and I believe the European version, have some improved graphical features like rippling water. But also included some other, roadblocks to sequence breaking. Most of those roadblocks include either completely shut down doors or Bendesium rocks that need the power bomb. And as far as Metroid games go, if you can't sequence break, what's the point? The sequence breaking, I feel, adds a ton of replay value to the game. Let's look at this. Open these doors. The first time I played this game, I'd say I got an hour, maybe 2 hours in, and it just really did not click for me. But then I came back to it, I don't know, 3-4 months later, and realized this game is, in fact, quite spectacular. So if you've tried it before and found that you did not like it, give it another shot. This cool little effect here. The room's not pressurized yet, so everything's floating. And now they're down. Boop, boop, boop. This game, kind of similar to Resident Evil, allows you to play the game without getting too much of a story. New creature. Or you can spend the time and do quite a bit of scanning in this game and get quite a bit of background story to go along with the game. So I'll be doing a fair bit of scanning. Goal is to fill out the logbook completely with all of the creatures in the bestiary, all of the space pirate data, all of the Chozo lore, and all of the research items. Of course, we'll be getting all of the artifacts, because you can't finish the game without the artifacts. Escape pod launch coordinates Talon IV 110L.30L. Research Command Center. I will probably be, as far as enemies go, only reading the descriptions for the major enemies, such as the bosses. And then the lore and the pirate data, will be getting all of those. I do like the valiant effort that was put into incorporating a lot of the mainstays of Metroid games into this game. The Morph Ball, the Space Jump, the various beams. I think Retro did quite a good job of kind of maintaining the fundamental essence of Metroid games and bringing that from 2D into the three-dimensional realm. If I remember correctly, there were a lot of skeptics about bringing Metroid to 3 dimensions. But Retro was basically like, don't worry, we got this. And they did. They did quite a good job. I believe this is like in the top 15 on Metacritic of all time. So that's pretty impressive. Talon IV Ground Zero area secure. Crater radiation readings normal. Frigate exterior hull stable and fully functional. The crater will be a mainstay of the story in this game. 2 parasite queens. I only saw 1. And that one looked dead. There's that other one running around. Parasitic infestation. All these little creatures scampering about. Oh. Let's get through there. So the scan visor gives you story elements, activates certain equipment like this elevator, and is also used against enemies to find their weak points, and on some enemies to even allow auto-targeting on new parts of their bodies. You look like a parasite queen, but you're still in stasis, sleeping like a baby. But it looks like 1, 2 breach containments. Showing no remorse for these space pirates. Rejection of Phazon compound detected. Phazon, another main aspect of the story in this game. Right now, we don't know too much. Creatures are rejecting it. That's what we know. Parasite egg in pupa stage. Its tough exoskeleton protects it from its mother's embryonic fluid. We got ourselves an X-ray scan of one of these parasite queens. Fluid sacs in the mouth enlarge after mutation. This allows for increased production of corrosive bile. After mutation, the carapace of the larva becomes rigid. The carapace is quite resilient, able to resist the attacks of many predators. And finally, combat mutation applications are complete. The primary legs of this creature possess galvanized tips, allowing it to penetrate any known alloy. It's a little bit disconcerting. Thanks, game. Scan that. Whoop. A new creature, auto turret. Scan the missile ammo. New research. Nothing here. That turret is going crazy. I don't know what it's shooting, but it's shooting something over there. Let us turn it off. Defense turret disabled. So you can see we have these orange scanned icons, which are kind of small research things. And then we got these red ones, which are logbook entries. Pirate data. Data encrypted and decoded. Log 09.992.3. Zebes has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the hunter clad in metal, that's me, or in the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. Our research frigates Orpheon, Syriacus, and Vol Paragam were in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orpheon is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orpheon's cargo appears to have a 100% survival rate. Metroids are healthy but on restricted feeding schedules due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on the Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at Code Blue. No signs of pursuit from the hunter. Oh, woe do they know. I am in pursuit. And most of these are talking about various mutations and genetic engineering they've been trying. And look at this. That tiny little parasite, when exposed to phazon, is quite large. It's a jumbo prawn. There is a turret that we just deactivated. We had a little Easter egg here. You can see from the picture on the left, this is like a hopper or whatever from the first game and Super Metroid. We will not be seeing them in this game, though. Activate this elevator. All of these research logs are basically describing some pretty vicious genetic engineering using phazon to mutate the enemies, or the creatures, to make super soldiers. Maybe biological weapons, you know, creatures that they can use as attack. New research. Small health, or energy unit. 10 points. Turret. And if we scan all of these pirates, we get death caused by severe laceration to the abdomen. All the various ways that they have been killed. Down this elevator. We will be passing back through here in a little bit. You just got the axe. Specifically right on this bridge up here. Activate the door lock. Conveniently, a metal sphere is needed. No real explanation for why the pirates use metal spheres that I can easily break into. If I keep my distance, they can't see me. Highly beneficial. Let's go in here. Scan the save station. Get full health. Might as well save. No reason not to. Though if something goes wrong, we're not really far enough in the game to care about restarting. Another door lock. Jump. And what the what? That looks like the other parasite queen. Let's get a scan in here. If we don't scan now, we will never be able to scan this creature ever again, and our logbook will be incomplete. Parasite Queen, genetically enhanced by unknown means. A weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. Scans indicate the presence of a potent mutagen, origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blasts of energy from its mouth. A trait, swoop. A trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears the pirates have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. So if you don't scan, you can't target the head. And I'm also going to be using a tactic for rapid missile firing, where you rock your thumb, or whatever your button you're using, finger you're using, from Y to A. Y is your missile shot, A is your beam shot, and if you're on your power beam, you'll kind of do a graphical glitch that stops the animation from the missile launcher and starts the beam animation. And you can fire your missiles, I don't know, 5 times faster maybe? It's got about a 1-second animation. And you can probably get off, you know, I think it's probably 5 if you're really quick on the draw. So it's a tactic that highly recommended. Greatly shortens many of the battles. I'll do my best throughout this if I use something that's a non-standard maneuver to explain what I'm doing. If I know what I'm doing. Like any good Metroid, an evacuation sequence. 7 minutes though. Quite a lot of time. They also, very kindly, do not actually have any logbook scans during the evacuation, which is not to say there aren't things to scan, but nothing of critical importance. Disable that defense turret. Whoop. Right up there. Oh, hello. Boom. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah, where you at? Creature is deceased. Incubation period was prematurely terminated. But in its dying phase, it exploded in a righteous fury. Hey, space pirate. I'm not scanning any of the space pirates because they're not official enemy space pirates for the logbook yet. They'll just say, you know, space pirate at mostly full capacity. Beware. Don't worry about him. Boom! Ventilation shaft. Pop. And now we'll start seeing the real infestation of these parasites. You can see they, unlike a single parasite that does no damage, they're doing about 1 damage. And if I sit there and just let them swarm me, they'll do a little bit more damage. But I have no interest in doing that. My interest is in escape. Pop. And here is that area I mentioned earlier. It's the elevator we took much earlier in here. And sweeping around. Crawling through these, I don't know, what, 3-meter tall ventilation shafts. It's a little ridiculous. Pop. No, come on, open up. And like any good emergency beacon, there's this incessant beeping going on. And that is why, when there's an emergency, you escape quickly. Not because of the danger, but because of that unbearably annoying beeping noise. Whoa! Piston. I don't think it will crush you, but it will impede your progress. We're not going to test that out, though. I don't feel like dying accidentally in the first 10 minutes of this game. I don't need the world to see that. Ridley, I just killed you. Didn't you see the first Metroid game? I killed you. speaking of the first Metroid game, not so subtle plug, go check out that Let's Play. It's only a couple hours. Grapple Beam. Probably better than grapple beams in any of the 2D games. Subject, Meta Ridley. Cerebral casing stable. Exoskeleton seal holding. Begin umbilical retraction. And do a 180. Meta Ridley weapon update complete. Stinger ballistics online. Plasma fuel cell online. Yow, that sounds not so good. Turn off that missile launcher. Again, right there. And the final elevator. Oh, finish the scan. My left and right triggers in this game, or on my GameCube in general, do not. They seem to release themselves from time to time. So sometimes you'll see a scan that just prematurely ends. I don't know, 6 times out of 10. It's the controller's fault. The other 4 are mine. And so right there, we bashed into the wall, lost pretty much all our features. We can jump, and we can fire a beam, and that's it. Well appreciated explanation for what just happened. Unlike, say, Mega Man or any of the other Metroid games before this, where your powers are just taken away from you. In this game, they provide a semi-plausible explanation. You were bashed into a wall by an explosion, and everything broke. I would say in general, this game does a pretty good job of providing plausible explanations for what's happening, such as Samus coming to this ship due to a distress call, and then Samus chasing Meta Ridley to Talon IV. And in doing so, leading to all the events of Metroid Prime. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Crown-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. Classic N64/GameCube cloud ceiling. And beautiful, beautiful leaves. Right now I'm trashing a little bit on the graphics. But overall, especially considering this game is 12 years old, quite a nice looking game. Especially when it came out, I remember thinking it was downright gorgeous. The game still has one of my favorite visual effects ever in gaming, the X-ray scope, but that is a ways away. We won't be seeing that for a couple episodes. But for now, welcome to Talon IV, where the rest of Metroid Prime will take place. Thank you for joining me. I'm Young Guru, and I will see you next time.